this life, we all have struggles that we face. We all have our own individual story. Unless someone's been through what you've been through, they can't say that they can relate to what you've been through. This is just a little piece of my story. Yo, growing up, I never could relate to my dad. Sports seemed to be the only thing in common that we had. His temper was always flaring. He just always seemed mad. I go and hide in my room, fearful and sad. Him and my mom's always going at each other. A pissed off pops and a miserable mother. Had no one to talk to, didn't have any sisters or brothers. Tension was in the air, just always felt smothered. Each week we go to church and we play Happy Family. Then we head back home once again to the insanity. Constant arguments filled with profanity, giving a completely distorted view of humanity. I was 8 years old and I wanted to run away. Even tried with my friend Jose after school one day. I remember that time I knelt down on the steps and I prayed. I asked God to end it all and just take the pain in my life away. Yo, I got a little older, we were moving out of the city, out to the country where the scenery's just so pretty. I was trying to make new friends, acting funny and witty, hiding the fact that my home life had been anything other than shitty. It was supposed to be a new start, but that didn't last long. Seemed like everything I did just always was wrong. I was a young teenager, just trying to be strong, but seems like once they had their own kids, I just didn't belong. I was an outsider in my own house, and if my pops was home, you better be quiet as a mouse, or else you had to hear him scream and shout, threaten to beat you till you couldn't walk or get knocked out. That's not a way for any kid to have to grow up. Remember being so upset at times it actually made me throw up. Never knowing the next time that he would just blow up. Wishing that one night he wouldn't come home, just not show up. I tried to run away a second time. Picked up by the police, calls my friend's father dropped a dime. Had it set in my mind that I'd be better off alone than at home. I'd just rather die. Neither of my parents will ever admit it. My father wanted an abortion and my mom gave me up for a plane ticket. Don't try to justify, just quit it. God gave you both the choice, don't make excuses for what you did with it. So much in this life that I've had to lose, but I've learned from my mistakes and I've paid my dues. They say you live the life that you choose, but before you judge me, try walking a mile in my shoes. I'm not looking for pity, yo, we all experience pain. We all have a story, each one different, none the same. So just take my hand, stand up and proclaim, no longer will we be the victims of abuse and shame. No more will we be locked in their prison, confined and shackled by the guilt and the pain that they've given. No longer do they have control over this life that we're living. We're gonna stand tall and overcome, that's my vision. Yo, you only get one shot at this life. Will you choose to live with hate in your heart, or will you choose to live a life filled with love? No child should ever grow up in a broken home. No child should ever have to question if they are loved. No one should ever feel like they're invisible.